So this is a nice little marketing flip with Kanye. Kanye said his dad used to be in Black Panther, helped out the community, so on and so forth. He said, but he said this major conglomerate of a company that happened to put out a movie that has a similar name is now taking all the Google results for it. So when you go to search those terms up, no longer are you going to see the people who help the Black community, because the multi-billion-dollar industry is flushing that out. Now, without saying names, obviously, but that y'all can put two and two together and figure what that means. But that's these 10-year-olds, 12-year-olds. They can even go younger. When they search, that's all they know is Wakanda. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah,
that's a crazy reality, because that's now. 15 years from now, that like the history is gonna be.
you can drop names, but I ain't that big. Well, you can drop names.
Nah, but it's not even that. I mean, we say Disney, you know, but I mean, obviously Black Panther movie, but it ain't even about you. I mean, you know, I got my own ties with a lot of stuff too.
That's true.
So,
yeah, you do got, you know,
and
Mogul Mind podcast. Go check that out.
I only speak truth, but I'm not in the business of bashing, because I do know enough people at enough companies to, when I speak truth, stuff can get flipped a certain way. But in all reality, like, thinking about it, I remember one comic, I don't remember who it was. It had to be somewhere in the likes of like a Cat Williams, a Chris Rock, or Dave Chappelle. Somebody was over in Africa. They're in Egypt. And they stepped into one of the pyramids.
Yeah.
And they were noticing that the people were physically painting over the hieroglyphics with white paint. Might not seem like a bad thing, but for everyone who now will go there, will see these white figures that Hollywood already has whitened up.
Yeah.
And now they're going to see the physical representation there.
Yeah.
That people went and altered. Because by the time everyone who phases out and knows the true history, there's nothing to dispute it. All the movies were shaped that way. All the books, all the readings. It's kind of like, okay, cool. So now the history's washed out. And then what happens is, then you get Kanye's. You get people saying, that's crazy. I was never like that. And then everyone else, you get the masses and say, yes, it was. What you talking about? It's been that way. That's the reality of what we're facing with a lot of situations. So that when you said that, it kind of reminded me when you said Kanye.
You know, and this is why we did an episode about this already, about the media, bro. Like, I feel like Kanye is like, he's getting criticized, you know, as he should, especially for some of the stuff he's saying. But I feel like, you know, the deeper root of it, a lot of the stuff, he's right. And, you know, a lot of people gonna disagree with that. But just sit out when I listen, like, when you look at the media, it's like, it's all the bad. I want to see the full interview. I want you to pick out clips and then show everybody of, you know, of like what you want them to see.
You won't get that.
I hate that.
You won't get that.
Go watch the interview yourself. That's my fault. But
people like the microwave, you know, like instead of the oven. People want the quick satisfaction. And honestly, too, you know, it goes to what we were talking about earlier. Like, people want to be convinced of what to follow. And other people want likes and comments, right? So they're going to break down someone can drop 30 minutes of amazing information, but that one 30-second clip that seems outrageous is going to be what gets the millions of hits.
Yeah. That's,
Not even knowing the context of what was said.
Mm-hmm.
I say, and I live by the principle, I don't think anyone told me this. I just thought about it one day. And I say life is neutral. And everything in life is neutral. Every concept is neutral. It's not negative or positive till you put your spin on it.
Mm-hmm.
The problem with that thought process is that ruffles some feathers. Because I don't care how crazy, how drastic, how severe a situation is, I can sit up here and tell you it's neutral and probably justify both sides.
Mm-hmm.
But it's not until it personally strikes somebody that it becomes a confrontational situation. right? So Kanye does a lot of that, and if you can take away your emotions out of it, you can see where he's coming from.
Mm-hmm.
But like you were saying, when people showing snippets, they gonna do whatever for the attention, right? Because I mean, hey, I got traffic coming here. I don't care if you watch the 2-hour interview. I only need the 2-hour interview to get the 30-second clip.
Mm-hmm. And that's the problem with it. We so used to. It started off with Vine, and then Vine died off, and then COVID happened, and TikTok came out of
But
nowhere, and now attention spans is 15 seconds.
but you know
It's
what
crazy.
though? It's always been that way. The only difference is now the people who have no education or game or knowledge of it have it in their hands. The news been doing that probably since you were in diapers.
Yeah, it's probably
Way before that.
it was way before
They've been
that,
doing it.
shaping
I
the
mean,
narrative to where they
that's
want it.
literally what the news pumps fear in people. They've been doing it so long. That is what it's about. Now people are doing it themselves. They just don't understand how harmful it is because this is the way you bring attention. And now you have, instead of one huge corporation doing it, you got millions of people trying to figure out how to do it.